Good morning, dears, and welcome to Super Coaching for UPSC by Textbook. And today we meet here to discuss how the paper pattern has changed in regard to economy. So we are going to have the discussion or analysis that how the questions has been changed and what are the important topics and how we should have to cover the economy for prelims point of view. So this is going to be very important session for those who is going to appear in prelims 2024. That means it will be efficient for it will be important for efficiently using your time and energy. That means by attending this session you will be in position to attempt the prelims question in relation to economy with more accuracy and with less efforts. And so let's start our today's session. So when we talk about let's start our today's session. So when we talk about that how we will have to proceed for the in regard to trend analysis. So for that I come with that last year's trend analysis, last 10 years, that how much questions has been asked from economy. What is the weightage of questions in regard to economy with respect to last 10 years? Okay, so that means what are the pattern of questions which has been asked in last 10 years. That means I just want to say that how the pattern has changed or what the questions has been asked. For that there is need to understand that there is need to focus that how the that means questions has been asked in last years and from which topics the questions has been asked in last years, and for that I analyzed the last 10 years question paper, and we come to know that there are 8 or 9 topics which are most important topics, So let's start. So when we talk about that last year's topics, so we can say that on average, first of all we have to analyze that what is the weightage of economy. So when we talk about the weightage, we can safely say that the 14, okay, that means we can say that 14 to 18 is the questions which has been asked from economy sections. From economy section in last 10 years, on average 14 to 18 questions has been asked. 14 to 18 questions has been asked. Safely we can say that thing. Okay, and this is the, we can also say that this is the most important that means domain which is targeted by UPSC, that that accept this economy. When we talk about that accept economy, that environment and ecology is the another one which has more weightage than economy. Other than all other subjects, we can safely say that economy is the most important. Let me, what I want to say, when we analyze the last year's question paper or last 10 years question paper, we can simply say that out of 100 questions, on average 14 to 18 questions is being asked regularly. And that's why it is most important topic, and it is most important. That means it has the greatest weightage. That we can say that it has the second highest weightage. That first is environment and ecology. That nowadays the UPSC is targeting environment and ecology. That means maximum weightage is to the environment and ecology. After that, economy has the greatest weightage. And out of that 100 questions, 14 to 18 questions is being asked from economy section. And when we talk about that means on the basis of this analysis, we can say that what are the important topics. We will discuss the topics as well. That economy is the money, banking and payment system is the important. That means they are regularly asking the questions. And we can say that external sector is the important topic. We can say that Fiscal policy is the important topic. We can say that inflation is the important topic. So on the basis of this, we will discuss that what are the important topics which has to be covered first. Okay, but before that, when we analyze this last 10 years question paper, we can safely say that on the basis of the nature of these questions, we can safely say that the questions which has been asked, that means repeatedly, we can categorize under 4 categories. Okay, we can categorize those questions under 4 categories on the analysis of last 10 years question papers. That means on the basis of this chart, we can safely assume that questions which has been asked in last 10 years, they have 4 type of nature. That is, they are current oriented. Okay, we will discuss that what is the meaning with the help of the questions itself. Okay, or they are current oriented factual questions. That means they may ask the factual question. That means some topic may be in current, and regarding that current topic, they may ask the factual question. Okay, they are asking the static conceptual applied question. What does it mean? That they are asking the conceptual questions, and they are, that means mixing the concepts with one concept with another concept, and that is application based. We will discuss, we will have the example as well with the that means question. Okay, so that means that is the most difficult. Okay, this is comparatively easier. Okay, easier, and this is very easy. Okay, and static factual question. That means nowadays the weightage of static factual question has been reduced. The weightage of static factual question has been reduced, but sometimes they are asking, and when they are asking most easy questions. Okay, when they are asking the static factual question, they are asking easy question, very easy question. Okay, so let me summarize that what we want to say, what I want to say. I just want to say that when we discuss or we go through the last year question papers, we come to know that there is the trend or nature of the questions, and we can categorize the nature of question under 4 categories. Okay, that means the nature of the question is either of the current oriented, they are of the, that means some topic may be in current, and that's why they have asked the that means questions related to that. Okay, that means suppose there was labor law. Okay, regarding the labor, there was agitation for the labor labor bills, so they ask the question about the labor law. Okay, so that is meaning of the current oriented. Okay, other can be current oriented factual questions. That means some topic is in current news, that may be trend, that may be international monetary institute, that may be, that means international financial institutions, that may be some news that are trending. Okay, so that means that means, and they may ask some factual question related to the trend. That may be indices, that may be financial institutions, that may be current news. That means the thing is, but that is very much trending. Okay, so that, and regarding that trend news, they are going to ask a factual question. They are going to ask a factual question. Other type of questions are, other type of question is static conceptual applied question. Okay, what does it mean? And this is the most difficult. This is most difficult. So what is going to be that they are going to ask the conceptual questions. Okay, concepts related to need or read. Okay, that means, and that is going to be, they are going to mix the concept with another concept like inflation, and they are going to ask the application part, that what is going to be the impact of inflation on need or read. That is nothing but, I just want to say, that has been asked in 2022. That I just want to say that static conceptual applied question. Okay, application based. They are going to mix the 2 or 3 concepts, and they are going to have the application based. Okay, other thing, they are going to ask the static factual question. Okay, simply they are going to ask the that factual question and related to that means traditional, okay, traditional factual question they may ask. Okay, so this is the that means trend analysis or the nature of question. Now let me give you an example that what I want to say, that I said that one is the current oriented. So that means in 2023 they asked that consider the following statement. Statement one is, in the post-pandemic recent past, many central banks worldwide had carried out the interest rate hike. Okay, so they are talking about that in the post-pandemic, after the pandemic, after the corona, most of the central banks, that means the central bank of most of the countries are rising the interest rate. They are increasing the interest rate. So this is statement one. Let me first given. Second is, the central bank generally assume, second statement. Second statement is, central bank generally assume that they have the ability to counteract the rising consumer price by the monetary policy means. Okay, so these are two statements, and this is the, that means statement, and this is the cause of statement. So they are talking about which one of the following is correct in respect to above statement, and they have given the options. A option is both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. If statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1, then your answer should be A. Okay. Second is that both statement A and first and second are correct, but statement 2 is not correct explanation for statement 2. Statement 2 is not correct explanation for statement 1. This, if both the statement are correct, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1, then your answer should be V, they are talking about. Second, that is C option is that statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. They are talking about that if statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect, then your answer should be C. Okay, they are talking about that statement 1 is correct, incorrect, and statement 2 is also, but statement 2 is correct. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct, then your answer should be D, they are talking about. So let me tell you that why this question. The nature of this question is current oriented. Okay, that means why they asked this. Okay, that means when there was, let me explain it, during the corona, that means because there was that means economic slowdown during the corona, because there was not that economy was, that means there was shutdown or lockdown, so the business activities was not taking place. And not only that, because that means before that also there was slowdown in the economy. There was slowdown in the economy. So what was there, that just to that do the business activity, and just to that means inject the money, just to that this is known as fiscal stimulus. Okay, this is known as fiscal stimulus. Just to increase the business activity, the government gave the fiscal stimulus, meaning government pumped the money in the economy. Government pumped the money in the economy. Because of that, money supply in the economy increased. When there is increase in money supply, what is going to be? It is going to lead inflation in the economy. It is going to lead inflation in the economy. Okay. So what is going to be that during the corona, because there was slowdown or there was shutdown and there was lockdown, so business activity did not take place. In order to increase the economic growth after the, that means corona, after the corona, that government pumped the money in the economy, that is known as fiscal stimulus. And that means they increase the money supply in the economy. When the money supply in the economy will increase, what is, it may lead to inflation in the economy. It may lead to inflation. So what is going to be, we will discuss in the monetary policy, or we have discussed in the monetary policy, when there will be inflation in the economy, what type of monetary policy RBI or the central bank has to take. RBI or central bank has to take the contractionary monetary policy. contractionary monetary policy means they have to increase the interest rate, and with the increase in interest rate they will try to reduce the money supply in the economy. So that's why, because what happened after the corona, the government pumped the money in the economy. Because of that the money supply in the economy increased. So that means all the central bank, or the central bank of most of the countries was taking the contractionary monetary policy in order to reduce the money supply in the economy, and it was in the news. Okay, so that is nothing but current related. Okay, so that's why, that means that statement 1 is also correct, and statement 2 is also correct, and statement 2 is correct explanation of statement 1. That's why the right answer is going to be A only. So the right answer is going to be A only. So that means I just want to say that if any topic is trending, and this was very hot topic, because in 2022 or 2023 there was continuously inflation in the economy. And why there was inflation? That means sometime before it has been taken care. Okay, so the continuously in 2023 there was inflation. Okay, this was more than 6%, which was permitted limit. Okay, that means ideally it should be 4%, but plus minus 2%. So that means 2 to 6%. So that means because of that this question was asked. So that is the meaning of current oriented. That is the meaning of current oriented. When we talk about the other question, that means this question, which was being asked in the 2020 exam, rapid financial instrument or rapid credit facility are related to provisioning of lending by which one of the following? By which one of the following? And this question is related to, let me tell you that what type of question. This is related to current oriented factual questions. This is current oriented factual question. And why it is current oriented factual question? Because they are going to ask that rapid financial instrument or rapid credit. What is rapid credit facility? Okay, rapid credit facility, they have not asked that what it is. That is conceptual. That means they have asked that from which institute it is related to. So that is nothing but facts. But why it has been asked? Because it was in the news because of Sri Lankan crisis. Sri Lanka was asking to IMF to have the rapid credit facility. That's why this question was asked, and that's why it is nothing but current factual oriented. Current factual oriented. So why it was asked? It was asked in the question paper because it was in the news. Okay, because the Sri Lanka was asking for this facility from IMF because of their crisis. Okay, there was BOP crisis in Sri Lanka, and they were asking that IMF, okay, the help from IMF, and that means they were asking the rapid credit facility. That's why this question was asked. Okay, so it is related to IMF. Okay, so this is the meaning. Okay, next when we talk about that that most difficult question. Okay, this is the most difficult questions, and that is the conceptual. Okay, conceptual application based questions. Conceptual application based questions. What it is? Let me suppose this is with reference to Indian economy. Consider the following statement: an increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicate the appreciation of rupee. That increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicates the appreciation of rupee. Second is an increase in real effective exchange rate indicates improvement in the trade competitiveness, and an increase in the trend of domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence with near and real. So what is the correct? That means which of the following statement are correct? So this is completely a concept based question. Okay, and that is that two concepts are mixed with each other. That means concept of exchange rate is mixed with concept of inflation. That how the inflation is going to impact the exchange rate. They have mixed. Okay, so that means, and that is nothing but application based. That is nothing but application based. That's why it is the most difficult question, and this is comparatively difficult. But the thing is, it is very easy to tackle these questions. It is very easy to tackle these questions. Why it is easy? Because on the analysis, on the basis of analysis of last 10 years, we come to know that there are certain very important topics from which repeatedly UPSC is asking, the questions, and that is conceptual questions. UPSC is repeatedly asking the conceptual questions from those topics only. So that means whenever we are going to tackle, first of all, we have to tackle those that topics most importantly, that first of all, and that whenever we are going to focus on those concepts, we have to go through the last year's PYQs. Okay, before going to those topics, we have to go through the PYQs, that what type of PYQs has been asked from these topics. Okay, and what type of PYQ has been asked, and how the concept is being asked. Okay, and how the concepts has been interlinked. Okay, and after that, once you complete those topics, there is need to that you go through the mock test, or you need to go through the questions to be attempted. Okay, prelim type questions to be attempted, and that the difficulty level should be little more than UPSC, so that you should be comfortable. Okay, so that means you need to do the PYQs of those chapters, not only PYQ, just to have the grasp that what type of questions they are asking. Before going to those topics, you need to focus on PYQs. You need not to solve those. You need not to solve those questions, but there is need to that what type of questions has been asked from those topics. What type of questions has been asked from those topics, so that you can have the idea that this is the concept, and how that means concepts are mixed, or that interlinked, and what is how they are asking the that means impact, or that how the one concept is going to intermix. What is the criteria for intermixing one concept with another concept? So in regard to this, all three statements are correct. We will discuss when we will discuss. Okay, and this is the that means related to external sector. Okay, when we proceed further, like this is the question. Okay, monetary policy and banking. Okay, now we are going to focus that what are the important topics, or important topics from which the UPSC is asking the conceptual questions and intermixing the concepts, and they are intermixing with the application. So what are the most important topics? So that means on the last 10 years analysis, we come to know that these are the most important topics. What are those topics? Those topics are monetary policy and banking, including payment system, and this is the most important topic. Continuously they are asking on average 8 to 10 questions, 8 to 10 questions, or 6 to 7 questions. Then other than this, this is the external sector is the another important topic. Okay, external sector, and it is that means payment of, and it is including FDI and FPI. Not only this, that other important topic is fiscal policy including taxation. Fiscal policy including taxation. Not only this, there is other important topic is inflation. Other is economic growth and development. Other is financial market and instruments. Other is international organization. This is related to external sector only. International organization related to reports and indices. Okay, this is related to current static. Current static. Okay, other is employment, poverty and socio-economic schemes. So I will advise you people, that whenever you are going through that means economy, to cover your economy, first of all you should have to cover these topic first of all. And first, that means before going through these topics or before conceptualizing these concepts, I will advise you people to go through the last year's question papers, just to have the analysis that what type of questions or what type of concepts they are asking, and on what basis they are intermixing the topics, and how the application based questions they are, that means evolving out from intermixing two concepts. So this is most easy, okay, although the nature of questions is most difficult, but it is most easy to cover or most easy to tackle. So, and not only that, means after conceptualizing the topics thoroughly, we need to go that attempt the concept based applied questions as much as possible through the test series or mock tests. And to tackle the current affairs, economy related current affair questions, most of the economy related current affairs questions are being asked from the economic survey and budget. So I will advise you people that you can easily cover the current affairs questions of economy if you go through the economic survey and budget thoroughly. So there is, in order to cover the economic current affair questions, we need to go through the economic survey and budget in addition to any current affair magazine. From the current affair magazine, we can come to know that what topic is trending, or the newspaper we can come to know that what topic is trending, and from that topic, related to that topic, we have to go through the each and every dimensions of that current affair news, be the static dimension, be the conceptual dimension, or be the whatever it may be. And we have to cover, because the economic survey is going to tell that what has happened in last 1 year, na, related to economy, and that budget is going to tell that in what next 1 year or next fiscal year, what the government is going to be program and policies, and that is going to be the focus area. That's why in order to cover the current affair questions, we have to focus on economic survey and budget. So this is about that how you can tackle and in what manner they are proceeding. Now let me tell you that what should be your approach. So for that we are going to discuss that how to study, from where to study, and how much to study. First of all, I will discuss how to study, and I have already discussed. Then I will discuss that how much to study, then from where to study, that is sources. Okay. So in order to cover all these things, what should be, how we should have to proceed, we are going to tackle that aspect as well. So what is going to be, in that regard, I will say that how to study, that your focus should be on learning, not reading. What is the meaning of learning? That it should be conceptualized internally. There is, in economics, there is something which is known as ICOR, investment capital output ratio. It is not about how much hours you are studying. It is about what you are learning from your study. How much you have conceptualized. Okay, so that means I must say that focus should be on learning rather than reading. Okay, it does not matter that how much hour you study. It matters that how much you conceptualize. And for that, I will say that there should be more and more revision of your learning. Once that means, if let me that what should be procedure for learning and reading. That means whenever you are going through any books, just go through the books. Okay, one paragraph. Then in your words, okay, try to write down in synopsis form that what you have understood from that paragraph. What is important in that paragraph? What you have understood in your own words from that paragraph. That is nothing but learning. And for that, that means in your first reading, second reading, that means you will that means understood more and more things. Okay, you will note down more things. In terms, whenever you will that means as much revise the things, that much. Okay, that means those things will be easier. So first of all, that just go through the books and try to conceptualize that what you have understood from particular paragraph, particular page or particular book. In your own words. And then do the repeated revision of your learning. And make the synopsis of your learning. In your word, one word. That means, let me tell you that if we want to discuss the external sector, that external sector regarding anything and everything, that external sector should be at most, that means one page. That means back and fro. It should be one page only. And in that one page, there should be each and everything. And that can only be when you are focusing on learning, not reading. And you are repeatedly revising your learning day in, day out. Not only this, when we talk about that how much to study, as I said that whenever, that means they are also asking the conceptual questions related to current affair. Okay, there is any news, they are asking that conceptual clarity in regard to that news. So what should be, how much, up to what extent you have to cover the things. That means you have to cover the things, basics of the topics as well as the analysis of the basic topic in context, current context. That means plinth to paramount. So what should be that, first of all, you have to understood the topic in layman words, the basic concepts of that topic, that conceptual clarity of that topic. Like we want to discuss the monetary policy. So what is the monetary policy? What are the tools of monetary policy? How it will affect the money supply? This should be our idea. In the inflationary situation, what type of monetary policy government is going to adopt? In the slowdown, when there is slowdown, what type of monetary policy RBI is going to adopt? This should be idea. If there is slowdown, what type of fiscal policy government is going to adopt and how it is going to impact the economy? This should be our analysis. That is nothing but basics to advance. And that means analysis of the basic concept in context, in current context. Not only this, when we talk about that, and for that thing, I will request you people that there should be list books or study material with maximum revision. Okay, that means your resources must be most authentic. I will advise you people that there should be list books or list study material with maximum revision, or make the synopsis of your own notes and make, that means in order to cover the things, make your monthly, weekly and daily targets for the subjects. Make your monthly target, divide it into weekly and divide it into daily basis. Not only this, but at the same time, when you are making your targets monthly basis, you have to be realistic. In making your targets, you should be realistic in your approach. Now, we are going to proceed further, and when we talk from where to study, I will say that it should be, first of all, it should be your class notes only. Your own notes or class notes. That means just go through the class notes and make the synopsis of your class notes. And there should be, why it should be your class notes? Because it is most relevant. And you have gone through the repeatedly from those notes, so it is easiest to learn. And it is very concise as well. So that's why whenever you want to discuss that from where we have to discuss, then it should be, the source should be your class notes only. The primary source should be your class notes. That's why whenever you are going to join your any institute or any organization for your coaching, that should be most rational decision. So now when we proceed further, so when we talk about the sources, that what should be the sources? So from where you can, if you want to go through the self-study, so what should be the sources? So that means it should be NCERT, and most importantly 12th standard NCERT macroeconomics. In addition to that, it should be 11th standard NCERT Indian economic development. First of all, you should have to focus on your NCERT. Good morning dear, good morning. And it should be 12th standard macroeconomics. And it should also be Indian economic development, 11th standard NCERT. In addition to that, you can also discuss or go through the Indian economy performance and policies by Uma Kapila. And you can also go through environment and policies, that Indian economy, environment and policy by I.C. Dhingra. In addition to that, if you want to, you can go through the Datta and Sundaram or Misra and Puri or anyone. So this should be your sources. These should be your sources. That means, and whatever books are available in the market, they are very lengthy. Okay, so when you want to go through those books, you have to be selective, very selective. And for that, first of all, I will not advise. If you want to, then you have to be selective. And to be selective, first of all, you have to go through the previous year questions paper, so that you can easily eliminate non-necessary things from the necessary things. This is all about our today's session. Today we finish here only. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. If there is any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, we stop here. And to get any query or to resolve all types of query, you can join my Telegram ID, that is And let me tell you that I have the 14 years first hand experience for this exam, and I faced civils interview 3 times. So if there is any doubt, you can resolve your doubts on this Telegram ID. So just connect with me on this Telegram ID. So we stop here. Thank you very much, dears. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, dears.